Welcome back to the Watch Our Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
Get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back with a brand new series on episode 188. And the reason why the number of the episode is so important, we never really say that at the top of the episode, is
because it's the next one in the sequence.
It really is, pal. Good job. Do you know what numbers are? 1, 7, 8, 7. I don't know.
Is it 88?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
We are counting down to our 200th episode.
Yes, we are.
If you're watching this after it's already been public. So, or you tuned into the last episode where we kind of gave you an exclusive. Gave you an exclusive. I know. We gave you an exclusive that we'll be celebrating our 10th anniversary of Tower at the Plaza Theater.
Dalal, give him a little dance.
Wow.
On July 10th at the Plaza Theater at 5 p.m. We're going to have some really special things going on. We're going to show our latest films, never before seen films. We're going to do a documentary screening. They made a documentary about Tower, which is really cool, and a couple other surprises. And on top of that, we'll be recording a panel-style podcast for our 200th episode of the Watch Our Film Podcast.
Dalal, will you be there?
Ben Affleck, Judy Garland,
No.
Jesus.
But do bring your
All
questions.
names that will be listed.
Castro, will you be there?
Absolutely.
Carlos, will you be there?
I sure will.
Dalal, will you be there?
I'm working on it.
Will you be there?
Fellow viewer,
Nice.
Megathy, will you be there?
Oh,
What
dude, I
should we
have to
ask
be there.
them?
Of course.
What should we
After
ask
the day
them?
off?
Bring questions.
I don't
Bring
know.
the
I mean, I
attitude.
guess I don't know if it's going to be a total like Q&A style deal. It can be. I don't know. We're still working on all the details, but
Yeah.
as we work out all the details, there's a lot of surprises in store that we can't tell you guys. It's a surprise. You have to show up.
Let's see if it works out, but I'm thinking of hiring a guy on Fiverr to just sit at the very back and during our Q&A scream out, "Why?"
It's like Happy Gilmore style.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Doing that.
jackass. So yeah, stay tuned for that. There's more updates that we'll kind of roll out, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time, and it's like just full circle moment for us to be at the Plaza Theater once again, but for a Tower centric thing. We don't really do a ton of that, so please join us and let us know if you're gonna be coming. Shoot us a comment, shoot us a message, let us know that you're coming.
Send us a letter in the mail.
You know, Wells Fargo, is that still a thing, or is it just a bank now?
Or a P.O. box. Send us your recommendations.
There we go. No, but let us know if you're going to come. And please, we want to invite all the film community, all the arts community, musicians, artists, filmmakers. Everybody's welcome to this thing.
Your
Just
mom,
come celebrate.
your dad, cousin Larry. We don't like his girlfriend. She can come too.
Cousin Larry's girlfriend can come.
Can I bring my neighbor's dog?
If
Bring
the
your
Plaza
neighbor's
Theater
dog.
lets you, maybe. There'll be security at the door, so, you know, you can
Service
try.
dog.
Bring
It's a-
security.
No, we'll have
It's
security.
going to be really concerning that day.
We'll have security, pal. Anyways, but yeah, please, we kind of just want to plug that at the beginning.
It's going to get wicked.
It's gonna get wicked, son.
Sorry.
Now, introducing our new series, we're gonna be getting into directorial debuts. We thought this was a fun thing to like. We ended Party Month, and that was fun, and now we kind of get back into cinematic conversations.
We get
a
back
little
into
bit.
cinema.
Into cinema.
Yeah.
Because Castro said I don't give a fuck about cinema. So hopefully we ain't making give a fuck again.
It's whatever cinema is to you.
Yeah. So. Let me introduce everybody in the room before I introduce the film. Mr. Austin T. Young. Make sure we're sounding good on the ones and twos.
Hi.
Is that
I love it.
What's the golf brand hat? Callaway? Is that a Callaway hat?
Titleist.
Titleist. Is that another golf brand?
Yes.
Cool.
And it's not Titleist or Titties. It's
It can be.
Alicia has pronounced it as Titties.
Did it
Speaking-
actually
oh.
start the same year as our country?
No, it's like a celebratory of the 250.
You're telling me titties started the same year as our country?
They sure did. Ms. Megan Tovar on camera this time around. She was on camera before, but I couldn't see her, so I couldn't tell if she was on camera.
By the way, for those who haven't recognized, our back room actually looks nice now.
It looks pretty.
Yeah.
Organized.
I helped organize that.
She did. Thank you, Meg.
I
All
did the
that.
Chinese style, you know, the TikTok style.
Yeah.
Your mother-in-law's coming in, so you have to clean like in 5 minutes.
Is that what she does when your mom comes over?
Down.
Mr. Jean-Eric Oster offering an acting perspective.
How you guys doing? I got a secret plan to steal the car next door.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the moon.
The moon. What am I, despicable me?
Yeah. Mr. Michael Law offering cinematography perspective.
Whack it before you jack it.
What?
I don't suggest that.
Because car theft, stealing.
So you whack the car before?
Yeah, hit the window, then jack the car.
I see. All right.
What was the one he said
You're
last
alerting
week?
everybody.
I can't smell it, but I can hear it. Or what is it?
I can't. What?
I can't hear it, but I can smell it. Or
I
something.
can't smell it, but I can hear it.
Yeah. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite of the pod. He's right there, sitting right there.
He actually has fans. Did you know
He
this?
does. He has an OnlyFans. Oh, good for you.
No,
No,
like he's
I-
Got
Well,
two
my
fans right
mom-
here.
Yeah.
My mom's one of my OnlyFans.
and that one guy that DMs you.
Whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, hey, it used to have a completely different meaning before the website.
I was gonna say you have that one guy that always messages you.
Oh,
Does he still message
does. Yeah,
All right. Well, you want to give him a
Like-
shout out?
brother.
Appreciate it.
What's his name?
I only know him by his hand. Oh, wait.
Wow.
No,
Never mind.
no, way.
So he has two
He
fans.
skateboards. He's awesome. Like he always
What
like.
about me?
You're not on my newsletter.
You're not on my
I'm the
blog.
one answering those, bro.
You're not on my blog.
Hi, this is Michael De La O. Thank you so much for tuning in.
It'd be really funny. You go to my apartment and it's just like Meg on a typewriter, like, any mails today? And it's like, no. Like, did you check the emails too? It's like
DirecTV
still
says that you
no.
still owe them some money. That's about all we got today.
Tell them to leave me a voicemail, babe.
A voicemail, not even an invoice. A voicemail.
Tell them to leave me a voicemail and we'll get back to them.
I'm your humble film server, Carlos Amda, offering a writing, directing perspective.
And the right answer.
No. And we're back. I feel a little insecure whenever I'm introducing the perspective because both Ricky and Austin like shat on me when I like say they're the perspective of this and that. So I'm kind of just like,
What do you mean?
yeah, like I introduced Austin as like the editing and producing perspective, and then Ricky's the writer director, and then Austin's like, what did you say? You were like, it's funny how he tells us that we're that perspective, but we don't say shit back here. And I'm like, that's your fault, not mine.
We don't say shit.
And what do you think? We don't think shit.
don't think shit. Tucking your shirt.
Take your shit, boys.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about to kick off our directorial debut month.
And to kick off his career.
and to kick off his career. Absolutely right. We're here
Hey,
to,
I'm proud of you. That was a good one.
that was a good one.
I know, I had to yell it really loud so I had a chance to say it.
We're here to talk about Wes Anderson's 1996 directorial debut, Bottle Rocket, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Bottle Rocket, based on the 13-minute short film that kind of made this dude's career, so to speak.
In case you're curious on the name of the short film, it is titled Bottle Rocket.
Good job. You're the man.
You get a gold star at the end of today's episode.
I'm going to hang up your answer on the fridge, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to print it. I'm going to print out a copy of your
We should
face.
start doing that for a bit.
We'll hang it back.
Quotes of the
Hey,
day.
on the communal fridge
On
out
the
there.
communal fridge, yeah.
I would love if instead of having a fridge, we just print it out like a fridge, like a picture of a
Oh,
fridge.
I don't
You
know
know,
if you
there's a streamer that does that. He has a fridge
Really?
in the back, and it's just a cardboard.
Yeah, I saw
Oh, is
that.
that real?
I was about to say that, yeah.
That's funny.
That
And they
is
asked him,
hilarious.
what's in the fridge? So he's like, there's no fridge. So he turned it around and it's just a cardboard.
That's
Oh,
funny. But
my
it
so
looks
God.
real.
good.
It looks
became
real,
viral.
though?
Yeah.
That's funny.
funny.
This film stars and kicked off the careers of Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson,
And Andrew Wilson.
and Andrew Wilson,
Well,
the older
nobody else.
Wilson brother. But it also has people like Jimmy Caan and Ned Dowd. Yeah, I mean, you see Jimmy Caan in this, it's like crazy. And
Out of nowhere.
it has the actor Brian Tenenbaum, which, fun fact, that's where they got the name the Royal Tenenbaums.
Who did he play?
Clay Murchison.
Who? Okay, I can read that, but like, who's Clay Murchison?
Yeah, you should know. It's your favorite director, pal.
Bam, burn.
Fuck if I know.
Clay Murchison.
Just Google it. So we're here to talk about Bottle Rocket to kick this off. So, Mr. The Law, this was your pick.
Yeah.
So you tell us why, and then you tell us who's going first.
Oh man, so many reasons. What?
Oh, is it the guy in the yellow shirt?
That's Clay.
Oh, or is it him? Is it the brother? No, that's
No, it
Andrew.
would- no, yeah, it would say the
that's
brother.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess it's the guy in the yellow
Yeah, I
shirt.
think it's-
That's
yeah.
Yeah, Tenenbaum.
well, he was in 3 films, man. They must be good
And he
friends.
kind of dressed like. So,
They are.
yeah.
That's why they got Tenenbaum from. Was like, oh, we're gonna name it after our buddy Tenenbaum.
That's funny. I like that. So
Bottle Rocket.
Bottle
this,
Rocket.
this has been on the list for a long time. As much as I call myself a connoisseur of Wes
what?
Anderson. Connoisseur.
Kind of.
It's like dinosaur, but it's Kana.
My favorite dinosaur.
I like it.
Yeah. As much as I like to think I'm like the residential expert of Wes Anderson,
You are. Go
I've
on.
seen everything except Bottle Rocket, and I really wanted to save myself, not for marriage, but for this podcast.
Your mom's watching.
I know, and she hears me say this kind of stuff at home, and she's not any more proud.
Don't worry, Ann. He's still saving himself for marriage.
So
Yeah.
today was a landmark in the De La Hall filmography in terms of you finally have seen
I'm
every single Wes Anderson
Done.
film.
Yes,
ever.
I've seen them all. I've touched some of them. I
Good
don't
for you.
own all the copies, but
I beat you there.
I got
How's
some
that feel?
questions actually about some.
two-parter or just the one?
Oh, we haven't had a two-parter in a while.
I'll get you a 2-parter, bro.
I'm waiting for him to bust out a 3-parter, and all of us kind of shudder.
Nah, bro. That's something special, dude. That's a holiday thing.
Holiday thing? No, achievement
Achievement
unlocked. Yeah, so I finally finished off Wes Anderson's entire filmography. I'm like,
How do you feel?
I feel great. I want to go running.
With clothes to drink?
No, I feel like I should have brought champagne or something. God, no.
Do you want a beer?
No, I had one. It's good.
Are you on the steps now?
Steps?
He's off the wagon. He just had a beer.
Oh man,
Yeah, fuck them
Or is
steps.
it on the wagon?
Fuck
Yeah,
them
I'm back.
steps, bro.
fuck the steps. No, it's so interesting. It's. I was really excited to see this cornerstone in his filmography because I've seen the short and I felt very much like, man, this is so different. But that's what everybody says. You know, it's early in their filmography. That's kind of what this month is about, to see like the inklings of each of these filmmakers. I mean, we watched. I guess we didn't watch Nolan's first film, but we watched Memento, right? And that was very much like his
Breakthrough.
Just break through.
Yeah, and when you watch their early work, you can start to see what kind of a filmmaker they are. You start
Yeah.
to see where their sensibilities
voice.
are. Yeah, and sure, they haven't matured yet. Like they haven't come into themselves as
Not a fully formed voice quite yet.
yeah, but it's so fun as a fan of their work and also as like indie filmmakers that we are right now.
Yeah.
To see like how voice comes out in this indie atmosphere. You were even mentioning like, oh, see the textures and tones. So
Yeah.
I
want
really,
to piggyback off that really quick, just because this is a filmmaker by cinephiles, but also by filmmakers, and I have to admit this week we're gonna get real on this podcast. This week's been rough on me, just like in terms of what we're working on right now. It's been a heavy week for me, just creatively and like doing a bunch of the stuff you don't want to do because you just want to make films, and all the politics and all the meetings and all the stuff that you basically, you're having to convince someone like, I'm ready to go. You guys ready to go? And it's one of those things where one of our execs, shout out to Michael Head, he likes to say an overnight success happens over 10 years. And oddly enough, like our 10th anniversary is coming up. But I bring it up because when we're talking about directorial debuts, you mentioned Nolan. And it reminded me, right now he's doing the press for The Odyssey, which I'm so excited for. And they talk about his early films, and they talk about, is it called It Follows or The Following? Which one is his first film?
The following.
The Following. He talks a lot about that film right now in this juncture because he's quite literally on the biggest film of his career, The Odyssey. And Bottle Rocket and things like Nolan's film and the stories of what you hear with the film is that in the case of Bottle Rocket, it's a $7 million budget, and it got off of the strength of the short film, which got into Sundance and kind of premiered at the USA Film Festival in Dallas, which is where Wes Anderson's a Texas kid, so he's from Houston, I think. And him and Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson met at UT Austin while they were going to school there. It's just so close to home.
Yeah.
And you hear about these kids doing this short film that got buzz, and it got the attention of some producers, and then it got the attention of Columbia, which is who financed the film. And then you start hearing the trajectory of this thing, how they got studio notes, and they failed miserably at test screenings. This film did not do well at test screenings. The studio was really worried about whether they should release this film or not. And then they went back and rewrote some shit. They reshot some shit. They shaped it into what it is. And it still bombed at the box office to the point where Owen Wilson, who co-wrote this film and co-wrote the next two Wes Anderson films after this, was like, I think I'm going to go into the Marines. Acting's not for me. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
Damn.
And I so relate to that. I so relate to like making X amount of short films leading up to a bigger feature. And we're coming up on our second feature, so to speak.
Oh my god, it's a mega bomb.
This thing played in 49 screens across the world. That's it.
There should be another word for that. That's not it.
In Europe, I think in Italy specifically, it played in 2 theaters total, and only 200 people saw it in Europe. Like at the time, right,
I
for the
know,
box
because
office.
right now we're looking at the box office. It's like the budget estimated $7 million, and opening weekend 120,000,
grand.
but gross worldwide 500,000. It's like, okay,
And we were talking about music earlier and how
I think it's gonna remake
it
or
can
regain budget.
it can derail your career when you have such a bomb initially type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the case of this, it didn't. It gave somebody like Wes Anderson a shot to make the next thing, and then the next thing, the next thing, and then not to mention somebody like Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, and the megastars they became.
Would you consider him part of the 90s kind of Tarantino?
I mean,
Robert.
on the technicality, yes, he belongs part of that. But the funky part is that Wes it took a different trajectory.
Yeah.
He was a Sundance kid. He was accepted into the festival. But when they cut this film, specifically this film, it didn't even get into Sundance. It just nobody wanted Bottle Rocket. They just weren't ready for what Wes was going to do as an artist. But Wes, I don't know that I count him from this indie, school because, he got a $7 million budget for his first feature. These guys, Kevin made Clerks for 20 grand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see
Richard
what you're
Linklater
saying.
made X amount of features before he made Slacker, and Slacker didn't
I
even
thought it
cost
was
that
only
much to make.
one.
I think he made 2. I think he made an incredible amount of shorts for sure.
But still.
And I think he made 1 or 2 features before
And
Slacker.
Tarantino got what for Reservoir?
$1 million.
Yeah.
He got $1 million to make Reservoir Dogs. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's
It's his
part of
first
this
movie,
conversation,
yeah.
but he had studio backing immediately.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
that
saying?
makes sense, yeah.
So these
And
guys
it was
didn't.
just because and again, you watch the
By the way,
It's-
it is only one.
This one.
like the short, and it's the same kind of like tone. I think it's in
Yeah,
black and white.
it is in black and
I
white.
wish I'd have watched it first before this one.
Yeah, and I mean, all it is that part when he's at the diner and they're talking about the plan and they're scheming, and it
Yeah.
goes to the
Oh,
point.
I love it. Okay.
And then the point where they go and they're talking, he's like touching the gun. He's like, "No, don't touch the gun. Like, we have to focus on the plan." And it's this almost like a screwball kind of comedy thing where these guys who don't look like thieves are trying to act like master planners and all that. But that's what the short film captures. So
And to have Jimmy Caan, James Caan in a film like James Caan from The Godfather, James Caan from Thief, James Caan is hilarious because as they're talking about the thief, what they're gonna steal and their goofs. James Caan is notoriously known for a film called Thief, a Michael Mann film.
Yeah.
And like that was one of his breakout roles where he was a master thief. So to have Jimmy Caan with these goofs, it's kind of a genius
Oh,
move.
man, yeah.
and then you don't
would have to be a-
understand like why till the very end,
Right.
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But you see the tone in the short film, which is really just that first part. And I'll say this, and then we'll go into ratings.
Yeah, yeah.
But the tone is this kind of like goofs trying to be thieves because they thought it was cool, or they're trying to be something that they're not.
Yeah, they're wanting
and
to
they're-
break out of that mold. And,
And,
one of
and
them's
that short, are both of them like that, or is it just like Owen?
It's the exact
it's the
same way
exact
that
same
the
dynamic.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's literally the exact same as like the pinball part to like I think them being at the table. Like that's the
Fascinating.
short
But
film.
Fascinating.
to add a little
Oh.
more to that dynamic, the reason it's them wanting to break out of this mold of like they're one of them's a rich kid, and he kind of lost his mind, and he's just wanting to ground himself, and he gets convinced by his buddy that the way to go against the system and the way to kind of rise is to do this, where you don't have to live the life of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
You could actually like be a normal person.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
I was just gonna say that the tone from that, you see massive potential, but I think because it's so early in Wes's like filmmaking career, I think they looked at the quirks probably the same way we look at like amateur filmmaker quirks. We're like, okay, well maybe if you gave this kid some money, then he'd know how to like whip the camera better, or
Yeah,
he'd
yeah,
have
yeah.
better camera movements or placements, or like the beats would be a little bit more finessed.
Yeah.
And I think here, especially watching it, Wes is like, oh no, that wasn't a quirk. I like that. And then they're like, oh so great.
There's a choice.
Okay, yeah, it's a choice. But in the original, I think that's what it's mistaken for.
Mind you, Wes he's a cinephile. He's getting these things from like Jacques Tati films. He's getting these quirks, so to speak, from cinema that he admires that are like these quirky dudes doing something special. There's a Fellini film that he loves a lot about I forget the name of the film. I think it's I Vitiano. It's about these guys who are like pose as priests to rob cars on the road.
That's cool.
And it's so quirky and funny and witty, and I think that's what he's trying to emulate in this. I mean,
Is it Amarcord?
no, AmeriCorps is the one on the boat. It's these guys dress up as priests, and they like steal shit. They steal cars, and they're assassins basically. They're kind of hidden as assassins, but they're stealing.
I
Stuff.
would like
Sounds like
to,
every script I start writing with.
So think about the ratings,
Yep.
just so that way we can kind of rapid fire them, because I know we get lost in the sauce. But
It'll be
I got
done.
mine.
It'll be done. That's it. Yeah.
okay. So I'd like to go Austin and then work our way clockwise. So Austin,
Bueno.
Bottle Rocket,
Bottle Rocket.
long time.
Short hang? Short hang? I don't know.
Long time what?
Friend.
I've only known you for what, 5 years?
Okay, then short time
5-ish.
acquaintance. Shit. What would you rate it? You can be honest.
I think I'm like a 7, 8.
Okay.
7, 8. That's fair.
Man.
Any
Megasaurus.
reason
Oh,
for anything you'd want to note?
Nah.
cool.
Fair enough. Meg, you have a rating for this?
Megasaurus.
A 7.
Mega Mike.
A 7. Just
Yeah.
flat 7. Okay.
I was like coming in and out. I was like, but yeah, it would bring me back again. Because I'll admit, I do like Wes Anderson because of Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I grew up with it. So it's like, okay. So I came in and I was like, oh, this is nothing like his.
I was gonna
later
say-
work. Yeah.
Minor side note, like driving here, Megs has an interesting vantage in Wes Anderson's like filmography because all she's seen is Fantastic Mr. Fox, Phoenician Scheme, and now this.
Oh,
Yeah.
She
Those are-
literally has
wow.
like
Wait.
like little samples of
Yeah,
every
yeah.
So
part of his
basically,
career.
have the beginning of his career,
yeah.
the middle of his
Yeah.
career, and then towards right now, like
I
currently.
really do think you would love Grand Budapest Hotel, Meg.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Really?
that would
That's
Really?
fit
definitely
really well with you.
Yeah. Grand Budapest is really fun. You got to see Asteroid City.
for sure.
But yeah, Grand Budapest and also Isle of Dogs. Isle
Yeah,
of Dogs. is-
yeah.
Are those
She'd love
really
it because
good
it's
too.
anime style-ish.
Mhm, animated,
got a
yeah.
thing.
It's about Japan. But a 7 for this one?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what? I think IMDb got it right this time. I think I'm gonna give it a 6.9.
No, they gave
Yeah,
it
you
a
are.
3,609.
No,
that's
no,
popular.
no. That's,
No, like you said, you can see all the potential. Wes was just oozing off of this one. Story wise,
That's just an interesting word to use.
ooze? That's the right word.
Oozing.
I got my wonky language.
And we love you for it,
Wonky.
Castro.
Oozing.
Oozing,
What else are you going to use?
Those are all the little words.
moist.
Moist.
It's like- no, and then you could definitely see Luke. Owen Wilson. He's got that spark in him. Not
Yeah.
so much on Luke. That's why he
Really?
probably didn't have the same trajectory as his.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, because you know these two actors in different capacities.
Yeah.
I feel like they played the opposite of what they typically play.
No.
Like Luke Wilson in 70s Show. He's the Owen Wilson character
he's
in
still
here.
kind of like the laid back, don't show that much emotion. Obviously, here doesn't play that much of a like hippie, but he plays that, Owen Wilson's a little bit more energetic,
In every other film?
Yeah. Meet the
So
fuckers.
you-
Hold on. It's Meet the Fockers, not Meet the Fuckers.
That's another movie you watched. That's the porn
You
version.
downloaded the wrong one.
I'm not saying I don't like him because I like him in
No, no, no.
Idiocracy. I
just,
love them in
I
that
felt
film.
like they were playing different roles this time. I felt like Owen Wilson was more of the Sparky, let's go get it
But
guy.
that's him.
That's not him. He's more of like a lot of the times he's like the romantic. We just talked about the Wedding Crashers, and he's kind of the dude. He's like, man, I want to go after the girl, and I want to
That's
do
true.
this.
That's
and he's
like
kind
a
of
new,
like,
different
you know.
perspective of him.
Well, I've seen him like in Drill Sergeant or whatever that
oh
film
yeah,
is.
Drill Bit Taylor.
Drill Bit Taylor. I don't know.
That's true.
That's just
a
me.
good-
That's
a good
how I grew up
comparison.
with him.
It's a really good comparison.
You could definitely see the spark in him.
So 6'9".
6'9", yeah. Just right now, just the story was kind of confusing, but but unique. It's a unique story
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, 6'9".
The law is his rating right or
We will get to me.
We'll get to the right answer.
We'll get to the correct.
no? We're about to get to the right answer.
What do you mean? Oh, that's right.
We'll get to the right answer after these messages.
Everybody,
From
shut
your
up!
sponsors.
Shut up and bow. Carlos is about to. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Just to add, I'm probably a little biased because I really love this character.
Owen Wilson's character?
Yes.
I thought you meant the girl.
Yes.
She's
Inez?
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Inez.
And she also did a great
Inez.
job. But we'll talk about the acting
Yeah,
right now.
she did.
Carlos, the right answer.
I like this. So this is the only the second time I screened Bottle Rocket, and I remember the first time I screened it. I think it was during the pandemic, believe it or not. And I screened it, and I thought to myself, "Oh man, like Wes did something that caters to my sensibilities." It's it's the guy questioning his life and what direction he wants to go into, and he's kind of
It's Goodwill Hunting before.
It's Goodwill Hunting, for Wes, Texas Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, obviously it's quirkier than that, and it's got its other sensibilities. But I like that it's this guy that is lost and he's rich and he could have the world at his feet, and decides after he gets out of the loony bin, like, my happiness kind of lies with this chick at a motel who's just like one of the housekeepers for the motel. Those are my sensibilities. I really like that. I like that he kept that at the center. I think if that aspect of Bottle Rocket didn't exist, this movie would be bad. I think, like, because it kept it grounded, and there's moments where we see where his heart lies, and then after he leaves her, quote unquote, there's this moment of like, I got to rediscover myself and reinvent myself, and I'm going to stick to my program, and I'm going to work 3 jobs. And then it's only because he thinks the girl doesn't love him because of miscommunication and things getting lost in translation. So I like that a lot. I think just this is one of my, like, I'd say maybe top 5 Wes Andersons for me. This is just my sensibilities of what I like to see in cinema. Plus, you see, this is the only time you see Wes in Texas. Like fully in Texas.
Isn't Royal Tenenbaums filmed in?
No.
Rushmore technically
Rushmore,
was,
Rushmore,
but it's not. Rushmore has this like Connecticut feel or something. It doesn't feel like
so?
Texas. Yeah.
Even though it was at a school that he went to in Texas.
Yeah. I think Bottle Rocket. Look, like you guys were looking up the IMDb right now. The ice place that they rob at the end is literally on Commerce in Dallas, in downtown Dallas. Like, there's Texas to this. There's a lot of Texas texture. There's abandoned buildings in the background, warehouses, industrial areas that feel like I grew up in East Texas. So that, to me, East, North Texas texture is very much in there. So I like that. That's just like a personal thing for seeing Wes, who these days you think he's got this French European texture to him. That's what you see now. When you're watching Asteroid City, it doesn't feel like, because it's not meant to be. It's not meant to feel like the actual desert. So yeah, I like Bottle Rocket a lot. So I'll be a touch more generous. I'll give Bottle Rocket a 7.2. I think I'm pretty comfortable with a 7.2. There is flaws. It is a first time filmmaker. Quote
That's
unquote.
why, yeah.
And it's not flaws because he didn't have an intention. It's flaws because he didn't have the experience. And I think when you're making your first film, you're kind of just trying to emulate everything that you like. And I think that's where Bottle Rocket is sitting right now.
Before we move to the law, I know you love Luke's character. What about Owen Wilson? He's a guy.
Owen Wilson's got a good arc. I mean, he's the friend who's just trying to get them out of this shitty situation. And he's doing it unconventional. He's doing it the only way he knows how. He has a good arc. He does have a good arc. And he's kind of always trying to be the hero, right?
Yeah, is he? Obviously, he's out of touch with reality.
Right.
And at the end, with that ending, kind of like reality hits him.
Yeah.
Right? He's in jail.
I'm
and
in jail.
His consequences of what he does.
Even that felt like he kind of wanted that.
Yes, at the end, I was like, is it? Did it really hit him, or
It might
is he still
be-
in that fantasy of?
It might be
I'm
that
applying to the
jail
next one.
was the only thing that was going to ever force him to take a step. Because he was constantly on. He was constantly on to the next scheme.
Exactly.
And jail is the only thing that was going to ground him again and be like, hey, dude, for 2 years, you're forced to sit in this 8x10 cell and figure it out.
But even with that ending, even with that look that you
yeah,
guys called
because
it,
I think there was even something like really comedic about him.
You have the
getting
snap hook or
yeah,
whatever.
getting a kick out of something. From like, you brought the snap
It's like,
hook. Like,
holy
okay,
shit,
so here's
no.
the plan. You have to just like in the next 30 seconds knock out that guard and jump over the
It's
railing.
like, not again.
But
Yeah.
he's like, you know.
And then has this whole line of like, isn't it funny? And I think
I kind of wish that he still doesn't get the reality.
He does. I think that's the point. I think the only thing I can compare this to, and you're not gonna like this. The only thing I can compare that ending to is Shutter Island, where Leo's line is like, "Is it better to live as a monster or as a free man?"
Oh, that's so
think
good. That's actually a really good line for that.
I think he's like get the guard in that is his sensibility of like, oh, he's always gonna be scheming, but then isn't it funny that I'm in jail and you used to be in the loony house?
kind of
That's
gives him the
grounding.
little like,
Yeah.
holy shit, he does know.
And my imagination is running here, but the reality is I'm here. I like that. I like that this character, when he gets out in 2 years, is he going to scheme or is he not?
Yeah.
And I like that. I think that's really good.
That's why I love this character.
And the fact that he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm innocent. They're not gonna take me in." When he said that, I'm like, "No."
When he has a fucking Smith and Wesson right here, and he's running from the cops.
and the one thing they're trying to get away with.
Yeah.
Like instead of giving it to the getaway guys,
Yeah.
let me just hold on to the suitcase because I need to be the one.
Yeah.
He says, "You need to give me this one. You need to give me this one." Ah, that's interesting.
Delaho, will you please give us the right answer?
Do you call him De La Ho?
I said Delaho. But Delaho.
De La Joe.
No.
De La Mo.
Give us the right
Gone
answer.
to the mountains.
Of what?
What did you see?
Of
What,
The
Mountain Dew?
West Alpines, if you will.
Oh, sure.
what did you hear? What did you see?
The West Pines?
What
The
did
West-
you feel?
Weston Pines. I've seen it all. I've done it all.
Have you heard it all?
Some of it.
But
What have you touched?
Smelt it all.
Your hearts.
Aw. Now blow a kiss to the camera.
No, that's too much.
Oh. With absolute confidence.
I like that in the last episode, he blew a kiss to the camera, and I was like, "Who are you kissing?" He's like, "Me."
Like later on, I watched the.
Oh, he was going in this epic.
Yeah, where you at? Where you at?
Stay up here, brother.
The West Pines.
In the West
The
Pines.
West Pines. with
West.
The West Pines.
wind.
West.
The East Andes.
The West Andes.
And the West.
The West Andes.
Sandy's. Hey.
The West Andes. Where
Come
you
on.
at?
To the West Andes. 7.5.
7.5.
All right, now the ultimate question: where does this rank in your?
Your
Top
Westisms.
12.
There's only 12 films, though. You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
West.
That makes perfect sense.
I honestly, man, I think this is probably gonna rate.
Is Asteroid City still one?
Yeah,
And then 2?
2.
Asteroid City 2.
Oh man, no.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Yes, Carlos, I love you
I
for
think
that. I love you for that.
number 2 right now is still Darjeeling Limited.
Number 2, yeah. that's-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Because
forgot
that one just I don't know. It hits just right.
And number 3.
3 is probably Fantastic Mr. Fox. I feel like there's something really special there. And then like 4, I'd probably put a Phoenician Scheme.
5.
5, I would do no, you know what? I'm gonna change out Phoenician Scheme. I'm gonna change out Phoenician Scheme and put in
a part of
the
the
Roald
rules.
Dahl ones that he did.
Okay. What about 6?
6 is gonna be
Wait, no, you didn't give us 5
Phoenician
then.
Scheme.
So 5 is Phoenician.
5 is Phoenician.
All right, what's
Those are
6?
my top 5. 6 is gonna be
Yeah,
the
5
French
seconds.
Dispatch.
All right,
Oh,
7.
damn. I thought that was going to go a little lower.
What about 7?
7's gonna be Life Aquatic.
8?
8's gonna be what?
Why is Grand Budapest not in your
Yeah,
top
bro.
8? I didn't like it.
Hold on.
You
don't-
didn't like Grand
let
Budapest
him,
Hotel?
Let him finish. What's 8?
Honestly, I think we're just like rating it based off of me remembering
Right
titles.
now, yeah.
We got
I gotta like sit down and really think about all of them.
Let me ask you this.
But I will say this:
Go
this
for it,
one
go.
is at the bottom for me personally.
Yeah.
Just because this isn't the West that I know
Yeah,
and
yeah.
love, and that's okay.
You know who did love this movie?
Who? Martin Scorsese.
Yeah,
Martin
he actually did.
Scorsese.
He
He
praised.
listed it as his 7th best film of the 1990s.
That's
Whoa.
crazy.
Dude, how much coke was he on?
God.
Mind you, this is the man that in the 90s made Goodfellas. but he listed Bottle Rocket.
Man.
This got his attention. To think about it, though. Think about the sensibilities.
They're going to this library.
He likes the underbelly of the under society.
Yeah.
So like to see three thieves botch a fucking thing, that's his type of comedy, if you
For
will.
sure,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure.
So
Sorry, Del, I'll go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, as somebody who really likes Wes Anderson and what he can produce, especially now, I feel like I really enjoyed the watch, but kind of like just to say, hey, I got to see your early work, I got to see where you were at, I could see what you would become one day, and it's cool. Like, there was these little punch-ins or when dialogue's being read
Yes.
like from a letter and all this kind of stuff, where I was like, oh, I could see that you really liked how that worked out in this movie, and then later on you're going to improve upon
the
it. And like,
spotlights on the letters and
because you go into like Rushmore, and then I feel like Rushmore compared to this one, it's like, whoa, it looks way more Wes Anderson-y. But even
the balls on this guy. The balls on this guy to go to Rushmore from Bottle Rocket.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think Tenenbaums is really where he really started forming his voice. But
Oh, I think, but I do feel like, and I said on that podcast that Tenenbaums is, I wish you had more under your belt, because then he was kind of like, okay, I think I know where I'm going. Does Rushmore? He's like, wait, I think I know exactly what I'm gonna be, and then he throws everything at Tenenbaums, and then it's just like, has what's the name of the actor? Actor.
the one that died. What was his name? The dad,
Gene
Hackman, Gene Hackman.
Hackman.
Yeah, just yell at him.
R.I.P.
And say, buffoon.
What did he do immediately after Tenenbaums?
I think it was Life Aquatic. Yeah.
Life Aquatic.
I got a two-part question.
Yeah.
Since you saw it again and it was kind of low, your rating.
No, he's never seen it. This was only for his first time seeing it
Okay, that's true. Are you scared to introduce people
via Bottle Rocket.
Oh,
via
like
Bottle Rocket as a first, maybe second?
I think that's going to be a great question for like the rest of the month.
Is Bottle Rocket a cinephile pick? Is it like
Yeah,
you've
because I
seen-
loved it. It's just-
You're a big fan of Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
You've seen everything, but
I don't- I-
visit it. you know?
I think, it really is a cinephile pick, because I can see why
Yeah.
it bombed in theaters. Like, I could see you showing this to other people, and if you said, "Oh, this director's great," and they watch this, they're like,
I have to disagree.
Yeah?
I think between this and Grand Budapest are the two films where you can actually possibly get.
you would introduce.
"Ooh, that's debatable."
No, you know what? You know what the ultimate thing is? My dad, when he went to go see Grand Budapest at the cafe, he was like, "Hey, I actually like that one." And my dad hates what he calls cinema. He calls it artsy films.
Artsy fartsy.
Yeah, no, my family's-
I think it would be Grand Budapest for sure, the intro film, and then maybe Fantastic Mr. Fox, just to
I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
level the playing field.
Let's watch it, please. Soon.
Yes,
It's
give it
so
a chance.
good, guys.
Real quick.
It's so good.
No, it's because we did a podcast during the pandemic, and it was my pick, and most of my picks, Austin fell asleep the entire time.
Name
yes.
one besides Fantastic.
Any of my picks, you even admitted
Name
to
them. Name them.
me. No, we're not doing this.
Well, here's the thing. Fantastic Mr. Fox, as a child, you're like, oh, it's a kid's film movie. We were talking about it on the way here. But then you grow older, you go through so much, you're like, I relate to Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I relate to Kylie, the guy who.
I don't
picks
relate
up
to the
worms.
kids now. I relate
But
more
I think
to the
Fantastic
dad.
Mr. Fox is appealing to the audiences who like, for instance, the I forget the name of the animation studio, the Chicken Run,
Oh,
yeah.
Armin.
Guys.
Armin, yeah.
Armin.
So those things are pretty universal. Those films are pretty universal. They're not kids' films, intentionally they are, but inherently they are. But I think anybody can watch them and enjoy them, and I think that's where Fantastic Mr. Fox is. I think every other Wes film, especially his latest work, it's too hard to grasp on the surface. French Dispatch,
I even think Asteroid City.
especially Asteroid City.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get to that third act and people are like, what the fuck is going on? I bet money that's one they won't understand. And the newest one, Phoenician Scheme, even worse.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting into territory of God and heaven, and I don't think people can connect to
Death
that
and
immediately.
mysticism
Yeah,
behind it.
I don't think people
Yeah.
can get behind that immediately. But
Real quick, just to kind of like emphasize my point on.
Yeah. Because I still have my second parter.
Yeah, just to emphasize the point of like the quirks and all that kind of stuff, and how I really don't feel like it would have that audience appeal. I remember talking to you early on and saying like, how do you direct multiple people talking? Because I was getting this weird feeling of like there's a way to do it correctly, which we've seen where people are like arguing and talking to each other. And I mean, there's like the Meyerowitz stories. I don't know if you ever watched that
I
one,
love the
but
Meyerowitz
the
stories.
dialogue in there is so good because if you're,
Noah Baumbach is a master at that. Noah Baumbach is, you know why? Because he tells stories of like Jewish families.
yeah,
And Jewish families, there's this innate thing where it's this crackling dialogue and they're talking over each other. But that's part of its charm. And I think the talking over in Bottle Rocket, I think it's part of their charm.
Yeah.
I think it's part of like authenticating these characters.
yes, and at least for like Meyerowitz stories, something that I heard on a breakdown was that if you at any moment are able to like really listen to one of the characters as they're talking, you'll realize that they're talking, but they're not listening, and it always comes across. And that's how each of them are they're all fighting to be heard and
Yeah.
have their intention to be seen. So it's really dynamic and interesting. And I mean, if done well, I feel like it adds so much, like so many layers to such
Their
a mundane
characters.
scene. Yeah. Like them just walking and talking like Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. Like there's such an explosion of intentions and wants and feelings.
Yeah, they're just trying to be heard. Like you said, the one character I have a bit of a gripe of when it comes to Bottle Rocket is the Bob character.
Yeah.
I think he's voiceless. I think he's just there to kind of level the playing field
That
a
is
little bit.
true.
I don't see a ton of his intentions other than like, I have a car and I can drive away from it, from the danger if we need to.
I kind of like that actor though.
The actor,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
It was interesting.
He's
It was
just
really
in a bunch of Owen Wilson films. Look at him.
Yeah, you don't think he's
Or-
kind of like
or
the
Luke.
voice of reason, kind of?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
No,
no,
because-
yeah.
I mean, he's
I'm
kind
trying
of the
I'm trying-
victim. He kind of gets dragged into this thing by his buddies because I think the commentary there is just like loneliness.
Yeah, the
he's
whole-
lonely and he gets dragged into this by who he considers
'Cause
his friends.
His life is set, and even at that,
Yeah.
he's like, he just wants to be part of
That
the
is true.
gang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
It's
come
a
on,
lonely
you're gonna
ass.
kick me out of the gang.
It's
and
even like the last line that he delivers in the film where he's like, "Oh yeah, my brother told me that even though I'm a dumbass, I'm still his brother."
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, and that felt kind of nice.
He just wanted acceptance
Yeah.
and he wasn't getting
Yeah,
it from
good
his
one,
brother.
too.
And I think the only substance he wanted was from his brother, because I don't know, he's like, I don't care about these guys. Like, he would literally leave them in the motel to go help his brother when
What-
his brother's like really mean to him,
What's
Yeah.
even more hurtful about that dynamic is his brother is day in and day out with another dude who he gets along with really well, another moron that he gets along with really well, and to see a brother see his brother get along with someone else that isn't you, that's hurtful for sure. So I think it's interesting to see that character, but I don't know that he had enough to do in this film.
But if you see when he gets
agree.
robbed at the end, that's actually like his redemption arc,
Yeah,
and they build the relationship back with his brother.
right.
That's
That
what
they
he
have to
needed.
start
He
from
needed to
scratch.
get robbed from his life
Yeah.
or that reality he was living to recreate a new bridge.
Yeah.
Which is played by Andrew Wilson, by the way, the third Wilson brother, if you will, the older Wilson brother.
Future man.
I bet you he hates that a lot. The third Wilson.
The third Wilson brother. I like his
Oh, that's
character
where I
in Whip
recognize
It.
him from. Time Trap.
I've never seen Time Trap.
It's awful.
Oh,
Oh wow, he
Don't
came
waste
out
your
in Idiocracy. He's beef supreme.
I like him in
Be
Whip It.
supreme.
Whip It, he plays like the
It's a
coach of the
crazy
roller
movie.
derby girls, and I think it's so good.
He
I
does
think
so
he's,
good,
He's,
yeah.
he's got a fun character in that. But anyways, yeah, I think when it comes to that, those dynamics and that dialogue and kind of I think you're right. I think there's an intentionality there
Yeah.
that
But it
doesn't
could-
quite hit the mark.
But that's the
Monster
thing.
truck.
It's like if you're too amateur, you're not gonna do it right, and that's the thing of like, is it skill? Is it style? Is it a quirk? And
I'm willing to bet that
I think that's what Bottle Rocket has.
that when Wes Anderson fell victim to, I don't know if fell victim to, but he's the dude who you get upset at, who's like, that guy got a $7 million budget and he didn't know what he was doing
Yeah,
quite
you
yet.
know that those guys in film school were probably talking about Wes, like, oh, fucking Wes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think
He cheated off my homework.
yeah,
Jerk.
he wasn't ready yet. He wasn't ready for a budget this big, but he was ready for a story this complex.
Okay.
I do think he was ready for the story. I just think he had all the resources in the world and didn't know what to do with them. If you notice, if you pay attention, if you would have told me after watching Bottle Rocket, not the short, the feature, if you would have told me, yeah, dude, they made this shit for like $100,000, I would have believed you. I would have believed you entirely.
Dude, the whole time watching it, I thought he had maybe like $1 million budget.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Same.
less, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I would have believed you because he didn't. I don't think he used
The funds properly.
I was about to say the same thing. This is early Wes Anderson.
The resources, right? And I mean, maybe how many days did they shoot for, and was he able to work these things out? Did he have a rehearsal period with his actors? I don't think he did, and I think that's why these 2 shots they're just what he knew. Like he had no experience in do I
have a lot of
do I get coverage?
I have gripes on cinematography for sure.
Yeah. And this was
That's
the
what I
first time
wanted
he
to
worked
ask.
with Robert Yeoman, who ended up his lifelong DP.
Yeah.
It was this film.
That's part of my question.
35,
what's the
35 to
two-parter?
40 production days? Dear God. He had
mean-
time.
But not all the time, though. I mean, that's still...
Bro, that's 40 days for a walk and talk film.
that's a
Are
month
you
and a
kidding
half.
me?
I mean,
We're
that's
fighting for, what,
less than a month and a
23?
half.
But maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just comparing it to my
Yeah, I'm like,
situation
you
right now.
know.
But dear God, 40 days?
What's your second parter? Do you remember?
Yeah. Since we all know Wes Anderson is this big cinematographer, his shots are
Yes.
just beautiful.
Yeah, Wes Anderson is a cinematographer.
He's the best.
And a director and all
Robert
that.
Yeoman. Robert Yeoman.
Yes.
Every time I speak, Austin, let me just do my thing.
We're trying to.
Bobby Yeoman.
Yes.
Yeah. Since this is like an introduction to people, learning about him, what's one thing that you see that sparked that? That's not
That
just the looks
like what's something that
you noticed where it was like, okay, obviously
I
the
noticed
looks
it
is
in
not.
there's this voiceover thing that he likes to do where basically when somebody is trying to communicate intentions, he'll have scenes that basically play off the rest of their day or whatever they're going through. But as opposed to just having a montage where we see this guy, like, let's describe it like this.
Yeah.
You could have done a sequence of shots where he says nothing and sits down, thinks, sees a job listing, then cut to he's at the job pushing a lawnmower, sees another listing, and cut to he jumps in this, and then we start just jump cutting into all these different jobs, and then him like meeting back up and being like, I think I'm really turning things around. I think I found a new path. But instead, we're gonna just kind of like cut any visuals to tell us, oh, he's starting to get jobs again, and just do a montage and have him tell us in letter fashion. So, by the way, I'm like starting to get these multiple jobs. I'm coaching a little league team. I really think they got a lot of spunk. And it's not only what he's doing, but it's also how he feels. And it's this interesting style that he uses in all of his films, that he likes the character to tell you how they're feeling, not just you see it and you have to guess.
You
that was
said during the party scene where he calls it Ness, and he's like, she remembered my name. And
oh
he says it
yeah,
out
where he
loud.
looks back and it's kind of
Feel
like
that, man.
yeah, but it's like how many times have you like seen in the movies where it's like, oh, I did it, guys, and it's like, yes, we just saw that, but like, yes, be like, yeah, and she's still real. Like I feel like.
And your English got it so good. Wow.
I will say, I saw, I don't know why, I saw a lot of in this film, I saw what was going to inform French Dispatch. And specifically the Benicio chapter. And the talking through the fence in the jail and trying to connect intimately with a fence being there.
Okay.
The insane asylum aspect thing, like building a relationship, an unorthodox relationship that just works. I don't know why I saw a lot of French Dispatch in Bottle Rocket, and I think it's just
it's because he has these like weird charms that he's still trying to find. Like
Yeah.
I also like the guy who's really, really lost, but for some reason, in as lost as he is and as much as that he needs to heal, there's still a girl that he feels like, I kind of need to pause whatever I'm going through so I can get the girl. Like, because you see that in Darjeeling,
Yeah, this is bigger. You see that in Grand Budapest too. I mean, the Saoirse Ronan character.
Yeah.
I think a character like that exists in every single one of Wes Anderson's films. Specifically in this, and again, that's just my favorite arc is the Ines arc. By the way, in case you guys didn't connect these dots, we did Like Water for Chocolate at the beginning of the year. That's Tita. That's the actress from Like Water for Chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, that's the main actress.
Oh my
from
God!
Like
How
Water.
did they get that?
Dude.
But yeah, that's her.
What a good script does, man.
You know what I
It
was going to
attracts
say
people.
is the one big thing, like Wessy thing I did see in this one at the minimum was the delivery of the dialogue.
Yes.
Like the technical
Yeah.
kind of quirky.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the Texas thing or what the connection there is, but I didn't realize, and this isn't official, I don't know that this has been confirmed. I didn't realize how much Wes Anderson, especially early Wes Anderson, influenced like Napoleon Dynamite and those kinds of films.
Damn, I could definitely see that.
Right? You can see that with Bottle Rocket.
Like leaving, leaving the
these
camera,
quirky
the
characters,
awkwardness.
Leaving it in wide while these characters are running around in the grass.
Absolutely.
And the dialogue delivery and these characters who you believe for some reason, but these are not real people.
That's what I'm
These
saying.
people don't exist.
Owen for sure.
You know.
I also was wondering, like with a low budget and all that kind of stuff. Part
Low
of the
budget.
I was gonna say
That's
low
cute.
budget. That's cute.
No, but like indie films have a certain texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're.
Yeah.
They have a certain texture because there's limitations in what they can get a hold of, right? And I feel like, especially looking at this one being like a first kind of film, sure, it was all shot well, and they had their locations to play with, and they had textures, and they knew when to go handheld and all that. But I also noticed these weird moments that you could really tell that maybe there was a conversation between him and like Yeoman to be like, okay, remember, like Luke Wilson, he's the star of the movie, so we gotta like light him well and all this kind of stuff. And it'd be weird because they would get the coverage of him for these like one beats, and
That's
then they would
interesting.
never cut back to it.
I have a
and then
question for you.
It wasn't always lit well. It was this weird thing.
I have a question
yeah,
for you in
go
that
ahead.
regard. I think we're the product, especially if you love these films, and you guys know I do, in the sense that the indie textured films, so to speak.
Yeah.
At the time, I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can peg limitation of resources to somebody like Wes Anderson in this film, because he didn't have a limitation of resources. Experience for sure. But my what I wonder with that is that you, like, even the conversations you and I are having right now, director to DP, we're trying to emulate a certain indie feel.
Yeah.
And it's not because we can't get a tool. It's because we want to emulate a grain structure, a specific type of feel and tone. And I wonder how much of like the indie films today are caught in this interesting cycle. I wouldn't call it a vicious cycle, but an interesting cycle of like, oh yeah, I want mine to look indie, whatever that means.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
because I was gonna say
they didn't have a choice. I mean, he did, but they didn't have a choice back then to like
the indie filmmaker of today, because of the resources that they have. I feel like you're getting this weird thing where their technique is not meeting what they have available, and it looks too purdy, but it's still kind of not purdy on the build quality. Like,
let me throw this
I know
grenade out
100%
there
what you're saying.
because of how much this is in the conversation today in indie film. The indie film today, before they get worldwide distribution, they're YouTubers making films. So you get an interesting TikTok texture. You guys just saw Obsession.
Yeah.
And the trailer, at least the certain amount of scenes that I've seen, it looks like a TikTok like spoof on a horror film.
I did have a lot of those moments, and we'll get that to
No
there.
spoilers.
No, we'll get to there like when we talk about like what have we watched recently. But I did get that weird feeling that it was.
When's the joke coming? Like,
No,
when's
no,
the
it, like,
No, you guys saying too much.
No, I
haven't seen it.
I would see
I'm just guessing because
Oh,
I know
okay,
these
see
okay,
guys.
the build quality of the shots, and then you look at their skits, and they're built the same, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but
What comes first? That's the chicken or the egg thing, because these guys shot their TikToks with the intentionality of high quality TikToks. That was their YouTube
Dude, I
channel.
remember a lot of those.
Yeah, and they're good. They're made very
really
well.
good.
But again, like
That
I
Curry
think
guy.
that they're emulating that so much, and this is a feature film. Can you hold that for 90 minutes and it feel cinematic?
Like I was telling Castro right now before the podcast started, it's like, okay, you have $1 million, but how good can you execute those $1 million with the story? And they killed it. And
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not knocking the story. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the
I know,
film.
no,
I
but
just,
like even the cinematography was really good. I enjoyed it. Like
it
I
is,
but you're part of the TikTok generation,
I know,
Meg,
I'm sorry,
and you like TikToks, and that's
but
my
you know
point.
what? It's good because the attention span is gone.
no,
like nobody
but
has
that's not that's not what we're gonna cater towards, because then we'd be having 10-minute features.
Yeah.
like we're catering
Iron
towards
Lung.
the
Iron Lung, another Markiplier YouTuber
Yeah.
using his own money. But to me, what I've seen of Iron Lung looks like a YouTube film. It looks
And
it
that's
looks
the-
like
that's
a
the
thing.
problem.
Okay, now,
That's the problem. Like I'm not going to base, and this should be for all aspects of filmmaking, but I'm not going to base this cinematography as like something that I'm going to try to strive towards. My like goals are when you go back and look at like classic cinema and you see cinematography that communicates something.
Yeah.
Sure, has a lot of technique involved, but is emblematic of like the pinnacle of what cinema can be and what it can do. And when you watch these, they're really cool. And I remember like I had a conversation with Francisco right before he shot his film, and when he asked me to like DP it, I remember sitting down with him and I said, I hope you know that I am not going to give you cool shots. Like, that is not my goal. I said, I'm not going to be telling you, yeah, dude, let's do this and it's going to look really cool, or that's going to look cool. I said, if anything, I'm probably really bad at that. I don't know how to make something look cool. All I know how to do, and my strength as a cinematographer, is to take the story and give it what I think it needs. And it's not going to be cool all the time. It's not going to be pretty all the time, but it works well. And I feel like every film that I've seen that I appreciate, they're not trying to be cool, but it works extremely well.
I'll say this is the last thing I'll say to tie a nice little bow on this conversation so that we can kind of wrap things up and really quickly get into what we watched. But I will say this. I think no knock to those guys, Markiplier and Curry Baker and all these guys. They're good for them, man. They got their money. They're
doing
made
good
something
with it,
special.
yeah.
They're doing well. They're getting worldwide distribution from Theater Change, which is unheard of these
He's
days.
going to do Texas Chainsaw?
He just signed on to the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Yeah, they
Big fan
A24.
here.
A24 is
The last one-
A24 not only bought his next script, but they also signed him to do the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Good, because the last one was really like a bummer for the franchise.
So it's no knock to those guys. Congratulations, and I think it's really cool the amount of success these films are getting. Also,
Absolutely.
because they both have really strong ties to Texas, if you can believe it or not. Aside from Tribeca, I mean, it made a splash. Obsession, I think the second film festival was South by. So, and Markiplier shot his whole film in Texas. So it's no knock to those guys. They're doing something. They're breaking the form. They are changing filmmaking,
Which is
for all we know right now.
respectful
But I think that
or admirable.
the unfortunate conversation I'm having with people who've worked with them and who are applauding them and are giving them credit, the conversation unfortunately isn't, hey dude, so like they really did this thing and it was, I think they were like this, that, and you were mentioning that Obsession is a commentary on certain things, and that's cool, but the conversation I'm having with these guys is, dude, it kept your attention like really well for 90 minutes.
That's good.
I don't want to hear that in
What do you
cinema.
mean?
I don't want to hear that in cinema. I don't want it to just be at the bar. I wanted to challenge certain things, and I wanted to explore certain things, and I don't want it to just be like, oh yeah, it keeps your attention, because that's what you say about random films you find on Netflix, man. It's not. It's not. In my experience, in my education of cinema, it's not what cinema. It's not all that cinema is.
It's kind of like, and this quick.
No, yeah,
little
go for
segue.
it.
When Martin Scorsese was talking about The Irishman, and they were like, well, it seems long. How about you just break it up and then we'll make a series? Or like, it's parts and all that. And he's like, are you kidding? You can't sit down and watch a story like from end to end and just kind of go through it? Like, no, that's not what I'm catering towards. And I think true cinematic auteurs are making these art pieces, and they're not trying to say like, oh well, I got to add a jingle or else the crowd's not going to get into it.
Exactly.
No, for sure.
And these 90-minute TikTok films, they're meant to give you the jingle every 10 minutes and keep your
but
attention.
That's the point of verticals.
That's the point of verticals. Not just that, but isn't there a formula in Netflix now that if you don't repeat the plot every fucking 15 minutes,
Yeah,
nobody
they give you like a
gives a
sheet
shit?
now.
From the rib,
There's
yeah.
an actual formula now, and I think that's just it's disappointing. Most people will tell you auteur theory is dead now. The auteurs are dead. There's no more cinematic auteurs in our generation, and then that we just have to live with that. I refuse to accept that, and I think cinema. There's this phrase that you've heard, I'm sure, and then the phrase is from soup to nuts. And where that phrase comes from is back in the day, they'd give you a multi-course meal that starts with soup, and then an appetizer, and then your entree, and then your dessert, and then for some reason back in the day they would end with nuts, like ground nuts, like tree nuts. So like from soup to nuts, I don't want just like fast food. You know what I'm saying? I want
just
my
kinda answered my question.
5-course meal.
What were we gonna
you know,
ask?
cinematically.
I was gonna say you weren't all 90 minutes at attention with Goodfellas.
Absolutely, I am.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's how you kind of mistook it.
Oh
Like,
no, but
How I mistook
when you
Goodfellas?
watch
no, Obsession. It's like 90 minutes of just attention grabber.
when you watch
Same thing with Goodfellas, right?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you're just telling me you want a full course meal.
I want a full course meal.
Yeah.
I don't want.
But here's
That's
the
why
thing,
you
that's
answered my
wrong.
question.
Here's the thing,
For
that's
90
wrong.
minutes.
Yeah, that's why you
Now
answered
I'm
my question.
understanding. Now they're catering to get like paid. You know, there's a new demographic that we're aiming for.
Yeah, no,
it's
followers
a
and-
new generation. We want people in the
And
theaters.
I respect that. In my
me?
opinion, unfortunately, that's what's going to keep cinema alive
Yeah.
for a lot of the younger kids. I understand.
Also,
I just don't think you have to do that.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: as right now we're going through the challenges of trying to jump the hurdle of making a feature and excelling at that, and then
That's
being
not
able
a
to
hurdle, man. That's a fucking wall, dude.
it's crazy. But one of the ways to do it, and people will tell you, is like, dude, you could try to be artsy and you could try to do all this kind of stuff, or you could make comedy horror and keep it under 90 minutes.
That's
and
the conversation that
Or
people are
also,
having now.
They do a comedy horror of only what they know.
Exactly, but
How
that's
about
the
this?
conversation.
Yeah.
We've had these conversations with people who, again, the two films I just named that are like big right now.
They're horrors.
The conversations we were
They're
having is
tight.
like, hey man, you know, horror's really, and we've had execs tell us that like,
I was gonna say-
horror's really hot right now. You should get into horror, and that's like,
Would you give him more credit if it was not horror?
No, not necessarily. I'd give it more credit if it had.
It was good.
Well, I don't know if it's good. I can't.
they're
speak
saying it's
for it.
good, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe that because Curry
good. It's not an Oscar.
Curry
Oscar.
Baker. He's a smart kid, man. That dude, like, I'll watch his TikToks and laugh and marvel at how clever they are.
Yeah.
They're good storytellers. I'm not saying they're not, but I think that the unfortunate Curry Barker. The unfortunate state that we're at, and I think Curry Barker is going to surpass that. By the way, I think Curry Barker is one of the good ones.
The guy on the left.
I think Curry Barker is, you know, if he's already being tapped to jump into a franchise that's beloved by a ton of people, there's a reason for that. A24 doesn't make mistakes like that, not out the gate. So I think Curry Barker is going to surpass the flash in the pan YouTube film.
and he needs to do this. And,
Yes,
and we've
he
talked.
needs
We've
it.
talked
He
about
needs to.
filmmakers' trajectory, and all. I mean, this goes into our first feature month.
Perfect.
When you're starting out, you're at
It's
this
one for them.
It's at the very fragile stage where you do have to listen to the producers and the studios and everybody, and really cater towards a market that, like, again, I think Obsession, a lot of fun, and it gets people in the seats. But, like, you know, the logical next step, and you even mentioned it to me, is like Obsession 2, because you already got people in. Yeah,
He has an idea for the sequel.
Yeah,
already.
So
He already
basically,
said
it's
that.
not a sequel. So the
It's
theory.
the same
He
universe.
wants, to do
Way
an,
too
he
much.
wants to do an anthology series.
Yeah, an
That's what
anthology
his
series.
idea is. He wants to do an anthology series where each episode is a different wish. That's what he wants to do. So, which again is catering to a certain demographic, and
and it
that's
gets
fine.
your foot in the door. It gets
Yeah.
your foot in the door where I mean, you know, there's that whole thing of like, I can't wait to see what he does next. But
Yeah.
I think with Carlos and I, it's the question of like, what's this kid gonna do when he's at his fifth film? He has enough money, and he's finally able to make something that he's.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in
that
for it.
it's his voice, and that's what he's exploring.
I'm just look. This is the last thing I'll say about it. I think that the unfortunate part of whatever you want to call them, I'll call them storytellers, but content creators, filmmakers, whatever you want to call them out there, the generation that's thriving right now.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think they ask themselves. I don't think they process their artistic integrity. I
Yeah.
think we're losing artistic integrity.
I'll even go as far as they don't respect or
What came before them? type thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
you ever-
because
They
you
don't
ask
show
a ton of these
enough.
kids, like, what, and they're like, I've never seen
Have you ever gone into like Instagram profiles of people who are usually like really famous or something like that? These like influencers, and noticed that I've seen it with plenty of people. I can't name one off the bat, but it's like you'll find a video where they had one joke or they're following one trend, and then scroll down and see 5 more videos with the exact same music and everything. And it's almost like, oh, that one kind of had success, so I'm going to keep hitting that tree, but then later on when it stopped,
Very
that's when
good
they
analogy.
start the next joke, and it's like they only know how to make things for views and for content. They don't know how to make things to say this is what I believe in, you know, as opposed to like with us. And
As I understand correctly, Obsession is a commentary on society right now and a commentary on dating and all these things.
Cool.
You know, I was scared because it kind of reminds me of Together. Just from,
I haven't seen
from
it, but somebody
seeing it.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of
The
same-
Franco thing, right?
Yeah, they can't
Yeah.
get away from each other.
Also, A24 picked up someone that's doing the back rooms. That's
Well, that
also-
one's a big bet.
That I'm just curious about.
Yes, I'm
that
just
story
curious.
just gets
'Cause
me.
That's
I'm a nut.
from like early internet.
And
Yeah,
I'm a nut
also-
for like you know this. Like I'm a nut for like conspiracy theories that are well
Theories, yeah.
crafted and you know like
Mind you, this kid was what? I
And this
could be
was
wrong,
one of the ones
he
up
was
19?
like 21 or 18
21,
or something.
19,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
was
picked
super
up and it's
young.
going to be his first big film.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, that
it's
is
a-
true.
But again, they're gonna cater. They're not stupid people. A24, for better or for worse, they're a company that has to hedge their bets on. That kid knows how to tap into the younger kids who are gonna go to the movies.
So they've done the research.
It's not a
so,
bad thing, but in my opinion,
given this guy,
you know, when you see things like we just saw a film, which I encourage people to see. I don't know if it's going to still be playing in El Paso, but we just had Oscar Boyson on the podcast.
Oh yeah, it is.
And
They're still
right now, but not when this
Oh, yeah,
releases.
yeah.
So
That
Our Hero
one's-
Balthasar is such an interesting film. But again, it knows what it wants to be.
Yes.
And is it going to cater to all the kids and hot topics? No, not necessarily.
No.
It's trying to be something else. But I think if you watch films like Our Hero Balthasar, which are indie $1 million films,
Exactly.
that have intentionality on at least having something to say.
hey, we're not. You're not gonna be able.
Yeah, we won't know, but keep a lookout for it if you can't catch it in theaters. It is playing in Flix Brewhouse, but our hero Balthasar is one of those guys. Shout out to our buddy Oscar. But
Check out that episode.
I just wonder what direction we're heading in, and I think there's enough. The beauty of it is filmmakers don't be discouraged. From our experiences, there's enough food at the table.
Yeah.
There's so much content that has to be fed to our society these days that you can have your cake and eat it too, believe it or not. Right now, that's kind of the world we're living in. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with these kids making these films because they're changing the forum. I can't be mad at that.
Same.
That's how
Yeah,
cinema stays
they're
alive.
opening a door.
Yeah, that's how cinema stays alive. But the other way cinema stays alive is by honoring and respecting cinema and what came before us.
These young Thundercats with their vertical videos.
Yeah. So, Bottle Rocket, ladies and gentlemen, go check it out.
Go check it out. Yes.
Really quickly, I saw Fried Green Tomatoes, which had been on my list forever. I'd never it's just been one of those things that had been on my list. It stars Kathy
It's an American film.
Bates. Is it Kathy Bates? It is an American film, Fried Green Tomatoes. It's an older film. It's a 1991 film. It's
Oh,
kind of this
whoa.
wholesome thing. Kathy Bates is in it.
Oh, all-star cast,
Mary Stuart
huh?
Masterson. It's like this wholesome film you watch with your family, but it's also very dark in a lot of places. Me and Sandra watched it, and we really loved it. We really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And then we also saw
Robin from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, dude, it's not bad. Go check it out. And we also saw, dear God, we saw Send Help finally.
Thank you.
Were you asking somebody?
God.
Thank you.
How? What a horrible fucking
Thank
film.
you.
I told Eric, because
I was
Sam
like-
Raimi directed this, and he loves Sam Raimi. I was like, well, Sandra, halfway through the film, when they're like they're roasting the pig.
Yeah.
She's like, this is a very bad movie.
It's horrible.
halfway through, but
This guy can't-
it's
yeah.
pretty fucking bad.
Did you see the reference I did, like a triangle of sadness?
Oh, yeah. I know. Come on.
It's right there.
Dear God. But Send Help is just like, ugh.
I had so much hope for that.
Yeah, same. It's fun, I guess, in certain moments, but it's so bad.
It's a really, really
Anyways,
bad cast.
That's what I saw.
Castro, what did you see?
I didn't see anything new. I probably
Cool.
just kept.
Okay, I'm good. Austin, no, I'm joking. What's going on?
No, I didn't watch any.
You got that?
Yeah. I
Any
got-
series?
No, I kept on with the what was it? Mission to Mars, I think. Or
Oh,
Oh, you
yeah.
still on that one?
yeah, I'm still on that. I'm on season 4, and
It's good.
yeah, it's just my tip.
Your sensibility.
I finished The Sopranos for like the second or third time.
Something Mars or something, or to the sky or something. I forgot what it's called.
the
Is
Russian
Don
one, right?
Cheadle's in the. Oh, I was like Don Cheadle's.
No,
in
no,
this?
no, no.
This is a movie, yeah.
Brian De Palma. The Law
The Law
Obsession.
Obsession.
Megathy.
Yeah, Obsession.
And
And I'm
I
going to go
watched-
watch it again.
Well, we watched Obsession, which my rating on it.
I was about to ask. Yeah.
Gosh, what would you rate it?
You're going to hate me.
No,
If you go under 9, I'm not gonna go watch
my
it.
jingle. I'm sorry.
Jingle, jingle.
A 9.5.
9.5.
I liked it a
You?
lot.
Jingle, jingle.
Over here.
I need to really think
Here the
about it
keys.
again. I need to really think about it again, but I'm going to give it a 7.8.
Oh my
7-8,
God!
7-8.
But as a cinnamon,
Take cinnamon. take the average between those
the
two.
median, like an 8.5.
Yeah.
no. Like,
Because I was like, yes, and then
hey, no, fantastic movie. Go watch it. But I am not going to applaud the genre and the reason horror works. It's one of those where
hey, Curry Barker, this guy's crazy.
no. It's just if you watch a scary movie and it makes you scared, it's effective and that's great. And
I see where you're coming
No,
from.
a scary movie is effective once you start questioning your humanity. You're like, oh God.
Yeah, I didn't
No, you
question
see,
that.
Nah,
you see
scary movie.
effective films do that, but does Obsession?
No, and
Obsession is like, who's
Scary
the
movie
obsessed
needs
one in
a
this
shorty.
situation?
but that's the thing. Like, I feel like
For real.
it has a lot of merit because it's a horror and it scares you well, and people will say, oh, I've seen scarier, and that's absolutely true. And it's elevated because it's trying to say, let's take the horror and do commentary. But I mean, it's also not trying to do that super
I'm liking that. Okay,
heavy, so
not too much.
It's still a popcorn flick.
it's
at the end
still
of
a
the day.
popcorn flick. But I felt like it was kind of like the same experience I had with Iron Lung. Like, it's
I haven't even seen that
fun
one.
and I had a good time with it. It's like a roller coaster ride, but I think if I rate it higher than an 8, I'm already starting to dive into the territory where I can take inspiration from it. And there's parts where I'm like, I don't think it had enough there yet for me to say
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Carlos, let's reference this part and that part. Even in like the lighting and the cinematography and everything, I was like, it's good, but I don't see myself using that tactic. I'd want to explore more, and I would love to be at a table with them as peers talking about filmmaking and
That's very
early on and all that,
beautiful. Yeah,
but
yeah.
not saying like, oh, these guys are the god. Compared to somebody like Ari Aster, who does elevated horror extremely well, I don't think they're at Ari Aster's level yet. Like, if you look at Hereditary and look at this one, you're going to be like, oh no.
I love that. Okay,
Leaps-
that's a
leaps
better
and bounds.
comparison right there.
But they're
Okay.
starting out. I'll give them their flowers. They're starting out, and they did.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure we can talk a ton about it, but just
Wax
we can
poetics.
keep going. Yeah, Austin, you watch anything?
Binge watched a show yesterday.
Which one?
It's called Stick. With Owen Wilson, actually.
Hey, perfect.
But you'll like this. I was telling Carlos, the show's But
the Stick,
it's an Apple TV show. It was very much
cool.
like Apple TV trying to do Ted Lasso, but in a golf version.
That's fun.
But it
Apple
has Mark
TV.
Maron.
Oh, really?
And I was telling Carlos this. I'm convinced on Mark Maron as an actor now.
Really?
Yeah, before I was just like, I haven't seen him in
did
much.
that
But,
women's wrestling one, right?
They did, yeah.
I heard he was good in that.
Yeah.
but we'll talk off screen. But I saw him in something that.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Adventures
ladies
of
and
Joe
gentlemen, next week we'll continue our series on directorial debuts. Is that what's next?
Which is
Yeah.
next? That one?
Next week, we're going to talk about the typical Carlos unconventional pick. We're going to
No,
talk about.
no.
I think so.
That's a
because
documentary, bro.
No, it's not. It really isn't. We're going to talk about Damien Chazelle's Guy and Madeline on the Park Bench. I love this film. This film's like, I don't rewatch it as often as I'd like to, I think, but it's
Stanley
his,
Tucci?
Sometimes that's a good thing.
it's
He
his
produced
thesis-
this?
Yes.
Give it some time to
It's
breathe.
his
Wow.
thesis film. It's when he was at NYU or was it Harvard? I think it was Harvard. And he was making his thesis film, and it's this intentional jazzy film. And I mean that not just about the subject matter it's covering. I mean that in the sense of the style of how he shot it and how freeform it is. And I think it's such. I think it has a lot of voice. I think it has Damien Chazelle's voice like crazy. So, anyways, Guy and Madeline on the Park Bench next week, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll
And
talk
then-
about it more next week.
Yes,
How was Stanley
absolutely.
Tucci
Super
involved?
excited.
Stanley Bonaducci?
Yeah, Bonaducci. And some other directorial debuts that we'll get into this month. So thank you guys for tuning into the Watch Our Film podcast. We'll see you next week. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Bottle
Bye,
rocket.
everybody.
Love you guys.
Quick, everybody, give your bottle.
Hello, did he bring the grapple hook? Okay, so in 30 seconds, I need you to take out the cartel.